I'm going to. Well, so hopefully we can get the stream going again now. I've gone live again. I'll try one more time. If not, I'll have to sort this out. I'll stop the stream. But yeah, we're going to try it one more time. Hopefully this time it will actually work. So I'm going to turn the boys on. If you can't hear the lads on the other side, please let me know. But when we got cut off, we were talking about Insurgency Sandstorm. I think I don't think that the console edition is ever going to come out for this game. I think they've just dropped it. I think the way the game is at the moment, regardless if you like the game or not, I like the game, regardless what the game is or how you feel about the game. I personally think they are ready to let this game go. I definitely don't think that it's going to come out on console. Ben, you know, you were talking about it beforehand. Can you sort of reiterate what you were saying, and I'll listen to the stream and see if it's coming on. Regardless if you like the game,
can you hear me now at the moment?
I like the game. I can actually hear you. I can hear you, but hopefully it'll come on the stream.
Yeah,
I personally
I do think that Insurgency Sandstorm will come to console. I mean, I have heard from a couple of people, a couple of developers.
Proton said he can hear, by the way. Sorry, Ben, I was putting him.
Nice.
Proton said he can hear, so hopefully we're right there.
That's good. Yeah, so I have heard from a couple of developers and some developers who have played it. They played it early to middle of last year in 2020. So there is a version, and people are playing it, and people have tested it, but he did tell me that there were problems, and the same problems are going to exist with Saber Interactive right now. So I don't think that Embracer Group want to scrap what's been done. I think they do want to get it out.
But the question is then, Ben, what actually has been done? If you personally think that it's going to come out, and this, you know, the people that you have, and they can definitely hear you now because Staz has just said. So what have they actually done? If he said he was playing a build, or whoever he was speaking to has played a build, why have these people at NWI just not come out and said, look, console players, we know you're pissed off with us. We know we've got an arsehole like Devlin on our backs. Look, we're having problems. They can't even say that.
Well, I mean, I spoke to some people who were quite high up in as well, like someone who was a marketing communicator. He was like the lead marketing guy, and he said that, you know, we 100% is coming out. The reason we're not saying anything at the moment is because I think they've got to a point where it's like they don't want to say anything right now until it's, because what he told me is the reason we're not telling anyone about this game anymore is that we want to show it in its best light. We want to show it when it's 100%, because we know the issues we had last time with the PC version. Yeah, and they were basically, they'd come to an agreement. Apparently, they'd had like some sort of board meeting, and they said,
heard about it.
So the best course of action was that they were essentially going to reveal it when it's ready, and that they said that if they were going to scrap it, you know, they would have come out ages ago. And
so why didn't they communicate all this to the console community then? There lies in the issue. Why could, I'm not saying I'm not saying that, you know, release a game that's buggy, it'd be the worst thing they could do. Don't release a game that's not ready. But you know, to only just turn around and say, look, guys, console community, I know you're pissed off with us, I know you've been waiting a long time, but it's just not ready. We're having problems with blah 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 blah.
I think they felt embarrassed. I think it was a little bit the fact that,
and I'll get the blame for that, obviously.
Yeah, but I think it's almost that they'd said it so many times. If they wouldn't have kept saying that, yes, it's coming out on this day,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they kept failing, they didn't want to come out and say that, yes, it's definitely coming out this time on this specific day and put out a trailer, say this and that, because they essentially, what had happened so many times previously with the delay and delay and delay,
I
they
don't
were
even
worried.
think they want that though. I think the consoles just want console players.
I know,
just want
I
something.
agree.
They don't
Yeah,
even want
I
that. They
agree.
don't. I think they've give up on a new date.
Yeah, I agree. They should have come out and just said something. Like I totally agree with you. Like you're 100% spot on about that. But from their point of view, they're not even seeing it. It's that I told him that. I spoke to the marketing guy. I said,
Yeah.
why are you not coming out? Like the best thing that you could do. I said, I've seen so many people just say, we just want you to acknowledge that you're even fucking working on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, but our strategy at the moment, it's currently that we're
Look,
kind
I'm being brutal here. Fuck strategy.
Yeah. I know.
Let people
no
know what's
strategy.
going on. I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I'm actually going back to the old Devlin because I think it was Proton. He likes base Devlin because I really don't give a shit. I've tried to calm down a little bit. I've tried to not be as bad as he is, but you know what? Fuck it. You need. I think.
I agree.
To be honest, I think they've passed that place where they could turn around and say, look, we're really sorry, because the console community are just going to tell them to go. You know what they're going to tell them to do. And I think, the worst thing that for NWI now is the fact that they will not trust you. Any new release that's coming out, they are just not going to trust you anymore. You turn around and we say, we've got this fantastic game, which, in all fairness, it might be a fantastic game, the one that they're working on at the moment, and we're going to release it on console. They're going to laugh at you, NWI. They're going to absolutely take the piss out of you.
Yeah.
So Ben, just let me go over to Ali, because I know Ali was looking forward to this game.
He's gone.
Oh, is he gone?
He's gone. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought I'd seen him trying to get back in there. But yeah, I think they've lost it. And I mean, I'm known on the internet, on YouTube, as the content creator that calls out the Insurgency Sandstorm community managers. Now, I did it with the one before Father Hank, but that person's gone now, But we had Father Hank, and he's just announced that he's going to Australia. He's still going to be working with NWI. However, he's not going to be the community manager from about June, July, August. A couple of months he'll be there. But you know what really bothers me, and I said it in my video, I think he expected some sort of fanfare. He expected, you were brilliant. And there's people out there that are saying that. Father Hank, I'm going to say this straight. You were shit. You were absolutely rubbish as a community manager. And you know why I'm getting so annoyed about this? Because the last time you said, something like leaps and bounds you've made in communication with the community. Absolute tosh. Absolute rubbish. The one thing that you totally failed at as a community manager was communication. Now, I don't know your views, Ben, if Bork's still there. I don't know your two views, but I think the biggest letdown and the easiest hurdle that Father Hank could have got over was communication, and I think that was his biggest downfall.
I don't think there's anything to communicate. I think he's just...
Yeah.
Do you know what?
But then couldn't he have asked about it? Couldn't he have gone up to the marketing guy and said, you know what, have we got anything to say? But then
Just anything.
I get that. I'm sure, yeah. He could. What else can he say? If the marketing guy's saying, no, we're not, the strategy currently, like I spoke to the lead marketing guy, if his strategy is we're not going to communicate anything, then it doesn't matter who you have as a community manager.
So why have one then? Why, honestly? Because I mean, obviously, I'm being sort of black and white with no grey area here. You do need a community manager because there's the PC community. I understand that, and a community manager's not just there to give one sort of other community like the console community information. But I can't understand because I personally say I was a community manager somewhere and I went to these people and said, look, just give me something. You're saying that there's nothing really to say or there isn't anything to say apart from the game's not ready. Just let me speak to him. As the marketing man, could you, in your experience, put something down that I could portray to the console community?
What about if I told you to fuck off, though, and said our strategy's to say nothing, though? I'm not defending Father Hank. I think he's a twat, and I don't like when he talks about his sneakers all the while and stuff like that.
I know. Don't think anyone does.
But I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying that, if I was the marketing manager and that was my job, and I went up to the marketing bloke and I said, you know what, can I speak to the console community and just say, something to him? And he told me, mate, you're not saying anything. You're under whatever. Your contract's this, your contract's this. You can't say anything. We're not saying anything. The strategy currently is to say nothing. Even though I don't agree with it, I think the strategy is shocking. But if that's their strategy, I can't do anything as a community manager because he's higher up than me. I can't physically do anything. It's not my way of.
I understand that, but don't come out. I mean, again, it's all spinning, but don't come out with shit like I'm so proud of the way our communication has got better since I've been here. What a load of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, Staz has come out with something really good here. He said, I'm guessing there was a huge accident in the dev team because I doubt they would allow pre-orders to be bought without any progress on the game, which is a very, very good point, actually.
Yeah.
Has something happened internally that's, disrupted what's going on with the console edition? I'm flabbergasted. Sometimes I get flabbergasted, and that's not like me because I usually have shitloads to say. But the Warden's just said there as well, NWI's reputation is screwed. Totally agree with you, mate. Totally agree, because regardless who it is, I mean, it's just unfortunate that there's people like me that have to go at NWI to sort of support a community, which is the console community. And it just so happens that the community manager is the forefront. So therefore, that's the person that, people like me are going to address. But I'm not sure Pro Tony Fiver Hank's going tomorrow. I think he said he was staying on as community manager for the next couple of months, and they're interviewing people. But
it doesn't matter, though. I don't think the community manager's the issue. The issue is higher up. There's something needs to be done at a higher level.
Totally agree.
I don't think it matters who we have as a community manager. They're not going to say anything. The only thing they're going to keep saying is we'll let you know soon, because their strategy is to let you know when we're ready. I think the only thing I was told is that they were waiting for the product team or something to get everything ready, but that was over a month ago now, and because that was the marketing guy's reasoning for why.
And you know what the worst thing is? Guess where Father Hank's going to fucking work?
Where?
The product team.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh bollocks!
That's it. I honestly think because I don't know if you know that when the last update happened, I don't know you've listened to the boys at ISMC. Every time they do an update of the game or a patch of the game, it balls up the mods. So they're having problems at the moment. Do you know what's quite scary? And one of the other reasons that I think that this game is pretty much dead in the water now is the fact that, if someone liked the people who do not get enough recognition. Now, say the ISMC just walked away and thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm not doing any more work for these guys. They're being disrespectful to, I think, all communities, not just the console community. If they walked away, that game's dead. That game's dead and done. Yeah, because it's getting worse and worse. The player counts. They have a free weekend, or they put it on the discount, and they get a quick burst of in the player base. But if I honestly think, and like I say, they don't get enough recognition, because I remember, and I got so angry that someone in the chat when Father Hank was on the live stream, they said, ISMC are keeping this game going. And Father Hank said, that's great, at least he's still playing the game. Not, thank you, ISMC. You're doing a great job. You're the ones who's keeping our game going. It's great. At least they're still playing the game. I think them boys, what they've done is incredible. And a lot of people don't agree with what they've done. A lot of people think they're making it too casual. But I just think they mixed it up a bit.
I think got called out on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that video from Sacrilegious?
Go on. What's he said?
I recently, because I wasn't
Another
looking
idiot.
for it. Yeah, but I found it on the Sandstorm Discord, and I saw this video he said about ISMC, and he was knocking all the YouTubers that were essentially saying that ISMC is amazing, and
because it is.
And I saw my.
I've had an argument with him on Facebook, and he got owned by everyone. He got owned.
I know a lot of people were agreeing with him, though. A lot of people were saying, a lot of people were saying that YouTubers that are saying that essentially ISMC is keeping the game alive were saying that we were idiots for essentially saying that. But I don't agree with that, and I think that ISMC is keeping Insurgency alive. I don't care what people say, but I know. I understand people's I understand their point of view, because they're essentially saying that NWI have created Insurgency Sandstorm, and essentially ISMC are just creating stuff around their framework. But I think ISMC have added so much content to the game, and I don't think they do get enough recognition.
I don't
at all. Yeah,
I mean, apparently in sort of the back end, Ben bot that they do get support of NWI. I don't even know where from. Because they don't openly.
I don't think they do get as much help as they let on to say. Like as much as, because Sandstorm recently came out with that tweet, I think, just saying that they were kind of working together with ISMC. But some of the messages I've seen.
That's probably only because
like they're ignoring them. Yeah. Seems like Sandstorm
because Blue Drake says, he's working with us, actively promoted the team, said, I'm really excited that the team's joining us. And, I honestly think that, again, they've disrespected another community, NWI, the modding community. These people do it for nothing. They do all this for nothing because they want to make the game better for the community itself. And you know what, I totally understand that sometimes you'll get, for argument's sake, Sacrilegious. He'll turn around and say, look, I don't like this from the ISMC, I don't like that, blah blah blah. But to say that other people are idiots because they think they're propping up the game, I totally think they are single-handedly propping up Insurgency Sandstorm at the moment.
Do you mind if I just say something?
Go on, mate.
Because you were just saying about how Sandstorm was dead, and I just had a look at the numbers. I mean, it has to be said in the last 2 or 3 months. I don't know whether this is because of all the YouTube videos that were being made about it and ISMC, which proves the point really. But the game is doing quite well now. Like it is edging.
It's had a little surge.
Yeah, it's had a little surge, but it's been on the rise for a couple of months now, and I think that's mainly down to the fact of ISMC.
Look at the servers they're playing on. Go on, Bolt.
No, it hasn't been on the rise. March 2,898. April 2,638. That's 30 days, 3,500. If 3,500 people is good, the game's already dead.
Yes, yeah. I think.
But do you class that as dead though for a game as an indie game like that?
No, I suppose not an indie game if you look at others.
What are you expecting from Sandstorm? Do you think it's going to be pulling in 10k, 20k?
Well,
30K?
Honestly, do you want the honest truth? Yeah, because it is a really, really good game. It's a game that should be getting 20,000 plus, I think. The game itself, if you played it, it is entertaining. It's a great game. I just think that, NWI do a lot of things that the community just doesn't want. I got to agree with Bot. I do think it's dead. There has been a surge, and I can see the surges up and down. But what I was going to say, Ben Bot, is that you go on the server browser now. If you load it up, go on the server browser, I guarantee that the biggest servers out there with the most people on playing will be servers that have got the ISMC mod on.
Yeah, definitely. So ISMC is the biggest component, really. In my opinion, I think it is. Yeah, it's most of the reason why people are playing it now.
I personally think so anyway. But what the fuck do I know? I know nothing, me. But I was going
You do, yeah. I was going to say you do know a lot about this game, and that's why I like talking to you about it. Because I mean, you were the one that kept telling me to come and play it. You know, when we used to.
I know.
Play
Well,
with,
you did buy it, and then you said,
yeah.
I'm not keen on this. I don't like it. And I did push. I actively pushed this game. But you know, I like to think of myself. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say it's a bad game because it's not a bad game. I think. There's things bad about the game. When it first came out, it was an absolute mess, but I was going to stick with it because I was really interested in the game and I really enjoyed it. But the way that the developers and the company itself act, that's a different matter. I'm not, you know, I am a fanboy of the game, but I like to think that if I think something wrong, I will call it out. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first person to hold my hands up and say, you know, I was definitely wrong. Now, if it comes out on console, the amount of times that I've said I don't think it comes out on console, for one, I'll say I'm really, really happy for the console players. Two, I'll start laughing because not as many people will buy the fucking game because NWI have been dicks. And for three, I'll turn around and say, I was wrong. It did come out of the console. What I thought was wrong. But
but you definitely don't think it's coming out, do you?
I personally now, I mean, I've said it for, you know, nearly 2 years now. I said I don't think it's going to come out on the console. But at this moment in time, I think this game is ready to be dropped. I think we'll probably get maybe 1, 2... possibly 3 updates for Insurgency Sandstorm PC, but they're hoping that dicks like me will go away and will not talk about console. And they dismiss people on the live streams. If you ask about console, they just dismiss them. They never sort of react to anyone asking about console. What they do at the beginning of the streams, they turn around and say, oh, by the way, we're not talking about console. And then that's it. It's done. That's the talk about console. I honestly don't believe it's not coming out in whatever generation. All this bollocks about, it won't run on last generation, so what they want to do is make it better in next generation. Fuck off. It's just fucking idiots. And I'm pissed off because cryptocurrency's gone fucking down and I'm losing loads of money at the moment.
How much have you lost?
I've lost. I'm more than 50% down. I won't give you a figure, but I'm keeping hold of it.
You didn't invest in Dodge, did you? In that Doge?
No, Doge. No, I didn't. I'm actually, you know, if anyone's interested, and I think it's a good time to buy this currency, I'm not going to get it. But I'm invested in Bitcoin Cash. It's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash and Binance. That's the two I'm invested in. They're proper fucked up at the moment. But I think now, if you're going to buy, it'd be a good time to invest.
Yeah.
So, Borg, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. So you actually, because when we were talking to Bork, hiya, Dave. So Bork, we were having a talk with Bork last week, me and Stealth, and he was sort of giving us his experience about cryptocurrency. So you basically say just don't sell it, just keep hold of it. You think it's going to be all right?
Yeah, well, if you sell it, it's not an investment anymore, is it? It's somebody else's.
No.
So yeah, just hold. Everything could be fine.
Because I actually said I'm going to lose all my money, and you just don't think it's going to go to zero, do you?
No, of course not. I just want to disclaim: never take financial advice off a retard.
That's me. That's me as well. I will tell you what I'm invested in, but no one here is a financial advisor. We're just guys on the internet that like to do a podcast every week or so. Yeah,
I wouldn't want anybody to lose money because of my advice.
Sure,
that'd suck for them.
But do you think it's going to be all right, Bolt?
Yeah, I mean, we've just come out of the end of a good 4-year bull market, and we'll go into a 4-year bear market. And this is the time to buy. If you've got brass bollocks, buy a lot.
Yeah. I think so. I honestly think so.
In,
Of course, it's going to go back up though. I
six
don't know
to
why
8 years'
people are
time,
worrying.
you might be saying, "Thanks for telling me that."
Yeah, exactly. You might be saying you're a fucking wanker, mate.
But let's face it. The whole premise is gambling.
Yeah.
Never gamble more than you're willing to lose.
The
and you should
market.
be fine,
You've always got into, especially cryptocurrency books. I don't know what your views on this are, but cryptocurrency, only put in what you think or what you're willing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Any investment is the same.
Well, the app I use eToro. I don't know what you use, Box, but I use eToro, and the minimum amount that you can put into the app is £1,000. So,
I'd
there you
recommend
go.
people. Yeah, I know it's not that popular, but with serious people, I'd say stick with Binance if you just
The Binance app itself.
Yeah, if you
because I actually invest in Binance.
Yeah, in BNB Smart Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even Bitcoin at the moment, because it's down to 35 grand, or it was when I last looked.
Yeah, okay, but in context, I know this is zoom out on the graph. In 2010, it was worth like 15 pence.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a meteoric rise. That's ridiculous. And I know we've had a slight downturn at the moment. We had one in 2018
because of China.
So they say.
Yeah, because of China. It's not because of any tweets or anything. I think Elon Musk was putting some tweets, but it's mainly down to China. I think they've pulled out or something, but they'll be straight back on it as well, and I think it'll definitely go back up. I can't see why it wouldn't though. I just couldn't see why it wouldn't go down.
Currencies.
Well, China are bringing out their own cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Who are?
China.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, shit. Here we go. They're trying to set that market as well. Do you invest, Dave?
I do, yeah.
In the cryptocurrency? You know, I'm not sure if you want to say or not. I mean, I don't know if you heard, I said I invest in Bitcast Coin, and Binance. Do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I invest in the Chinese cryptocurrency.
Fuck off. so, what's that called then?
It's called the probably.
So you're told, or you'll go to the gulag. Coin.
Yeah.
The social credit score will go there.
Yeah, yes.
We'll talk about woke people.
No Chinese will admit of investing.
Yeah.
It's their own currency. It's just their own digital currency.
Oh, right. Okay. So you think that's the one that could be the next big thing?
I think it used to be called Bitcoin until about a week ago.
Yeah. China's probably going to be the next big massive superpower there because they're overtaking the USA as it is.
I think they are. I think they are.
They already are.
Definitely. They are the superpower for me.
They are they're already the superpower. It's not if they are. They've already taken over.
They're sleeping giant.
Especially with Biden.
He's right. No disrespect. I do lean to the right. Everyone knows I lean to the right. America, you have made an absolute mistake with this guy. He's a dithering old
idiot
fool.
Yeah.
And it's all coming out now. It's coming out about they finding all these fake ballots and all this. America, I do apologise. I mean, I honestly mean no disrespect. But Biden is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he should be the leader of the free world. Like, he's not someone who installs confidence to the world. When I look at him, he can't speak. He can't speak. He looks like he's got Alzheimer's. He shouldn't be in charge. Well, he has, yeah, probably, but he shouldn't be in charge. And I don't believe that America surely didn't want. I don't believe that he got. What was it? 10 more million votes than Obama?
That's 80 million votes.
80 million votes for Joe Biden. If he got 80 million votes, then I don't know. I mean, you're crazy.
There's something just not right, is there?
Yeah,
the most popular president in American history.
And he got nobody was asked about him though.
But the thing is, I think it's frightening, not just for America. No disrespect to any Americans that watch this or are watching this. It's us that are frightened as well.
Yeah, well, we're terrified because if China become the superpower, then that is scary. That's why we want America. We want America to be the superpower, really. But it's not going to happen because China they're already speeding ahead. They're
definitely
taking over. Well, they already are. It's not if, it's already here. That's
of course.
I
I honestly think they're just biding the time. They could pretty much walk over anyone at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I honestly think that. I mean, they've probably got technology we know nothing about. The Chinese.
They're good copiers. Well, they're good copiers. That's what China are good at. They're good at copying.
Counterfeiters.
Yeah, they're good at copying. And that's how they've got to where they are.
Look at them with Huawei and the 5G.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, because that was their way of actually getting within societies.
The security services, yeah.
Exactly. And apparently they're cracking phones, by the way.
Their biotechnology is amazing. I mean,
I know, globally. Exactly.
Globally, everybody's heard of it. It's
it's a brand that, if you mention that name, everyone would know it. But I mean, lots of governments have banned Huawei I mean, we did, didn't we? The Americans
voted for Biden in the chat who's watching right now.
Say that again. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Voted for Biden.
What are your views on Biden? What do you think? Let's keep it constructive. Let's try and. I mean, I called him an idiot because I think he's an idiot, and YouTube will probably ban me for this.
Would you trust him with your 6-year-old niece?
Definitely. Oh, definitely not. Have you seen
some of the videos
with his antics?
He sniffs them.
Seen them all.
Yeah, exactly. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, there's something very, very strange about that boy, and no disrespect, Mr. President, but you're not a well man. You're seriously not a well man.
No. Definitely not. But they've become a laughing stock though now. Like America have become a laughing stock in all. No disrespect, but we're laughing at America now, and that's.
And do you know what the sad thing is? Regardless if you like him or hate him, I think it's trying to deviate from the way how I think inadequate Joe Biden is. They now, all you see in the newspapers or the news is how they're going to get Trump for this, and this.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's let's throw so much shite at Trump, they might forget about Biden. Well, the British people will not forget. We've seen this guy on television. The Americans might accept it. Look, chaps, we just don't. We don't accept that we've got a bumbling... This is my own personal views, by the way. A bumbling idiot that's supposed to be the most powerful man in the world.
I've got to say, I'm very impressed with you all. You're all definitely staying out of the gulag when the Chinese come.
I was just going to say, the Chinese are probably listening in right now, so I just want to say my future.
Sorry. Let's go, China.
I can hear the ka-ching sounds as your credit scores go up and up and up.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be flying soon.
No, but you've got to be right. Look, like everyone knows, I lean slightly to the right. Like Jack's kids think I'm a Tory, that I am so far away from being anything like a Tory. But I am I'm slightly conservative. I'm not a Tory. To me, coming from predominantly Labour voting family for years, and Dave knows my family. Me and Dave lived in the same area. He knows my family, I know his family, and we're predominantly Labour supporters throughout the ranks. And then I opened my own business, sort of realised that certain people could help me better, and and as a grown man now, I realise there's certain things that I don't like, and I think at this moment in time, Conservatives are not the Conservatives I used to know. And Labour are certainly not the party that I used to know. Labour, Diane Abbott for one. Does anyone know Diane Abbott? Please.
Yes.
She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't. Well, she's a retard. She can't. What did you see when she was doing those adding up of the police? She said, "We'll give them a wage of 30 quid or something."
Yeah,
quid
for
a year.
300 million new police officers, it ended up like 4 pence a year. What? Yeah, we've got £300,000 to buy some new police officers. We're going to employ 30 million. Fuck off, you idiot. And did you see? Well, no disrespect, Diane Abbott, or anyone who's watching this video that wants to pull it down. Diane Abbott keeps going on about the national school system, and people should go to comprehensive, blah 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 blah. And she was asked where her son went, and he goes to a fucking private school. She won't send him to the local comp.
He's in prison now, isn't he?
If he's got,
Jesus, man,
he's probably going to need the extra help.
He's in prison now.
Is
What?
he?
He is, yeah.
No way. Go on, Dave. Fill us in. Go on.
Yeah, I think there was some big drug thing going on, and he attacked somebody. And she tried covering it up.
Allegedly, by the way, Dave.
He went to prison.
Allegedly.
No, he did. He's in the news.
Shit.
Yeah.
So there you go, Diane Abbott. You're not as white as what? No, you're not white. You're not as prim and proper as you try to make out at the end of the day. So apart from talking to but go on, Dave.
Sorry. Well, Diane Abbott is allegedly a massive racist as well.
Yeah. Well, you can see it. You can see it. The way she acts.
She's a race baiter. She just
exactly.
She loves saying that English people,
Holy
white
shit.
people are bad. Everything. That's all she goes on about.
I'm just going to read a headline. Sorry to interrupt.
Go on, mate.
Diane Abbott's privately educated son, 28, is charged with 11 offences, including exposing himself and attacks on police and NHS staff.
So there you go. That is one of the UK government's top politicians.
Top
Diane
politician.
Abbott.
Labour, though, they're basically a nothing party now. Like they've pretty much, they've done so bad. Like
They're too far left.
Yeah, they're gone way too far left, and they can't appeal to anyone, and nobody actually knows what they stand for.
No, I don't know what Labour is anymore. But Proton's just said there, Trump, DeSantis for 2024. I think, Proton, that is why they're going at him now, so he gets some sort of criminal conviction that stops him going through the presidency of 2024.
Very just said he's too old, but let's look at Biden. If Biden can go in office, then surely Trump.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
4 years.
How old's Biden? 406 or something.
Doesn't matter. He's a walking corpse.
He is. It's just it was totally ridiculous that guy is the most powerful man in the world, and he was voted in because bottom line, I'm going to say it, he wasn't voted in as a president of the United States.
He was ushered in.
Imagine being Obama and knowing you're the outlier over the last few decades. That's bad, isn't it? You've got Bill Clinton. Yeah, let's talk about it.
And you've got Obama and his husband.
You've got George
Michael.
She's got a bigger cock than he has.
Big Mike.
Big Mike, yeah.
But anyway, can we get over to some sort of gaming conversation? We've gone from Insurgency Sandstorm to cryptocurrency to the president of the United States. I don't know. So anyway, Battlefield leaks. I think I honestly think one or two people are going to be in for a big shock coming up. I personally know, and this is one thing I definitely know, that there is 4 trailers.
All right.
And I think all these gifts that are coming out.
But he's put out the proper trailer though, isn't he? Well, apparently it's an internal trailer.
Yeah, well, no, that was a thing that they were showing investors.
It's been leaked.
Yeah, exactly, I suppose. And that's why I've been personally told by someone that there is actually 4 trailers. So if one particular one gets leaked, they know exactly who's doing the leaking. That's all I'm going to say, though. Go on, Dave. What did you say?
Sorry, hasn't the gameplay been leaked as well?
I haven't seen gameplay. I haven't seen gameplay.
Have you not seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer, but Dave said apparently gameplay has been released.
No, I think I know what he means because I've seen some circulating around, but it's fake. It's just of another game.
is it?
It's like World War Three.
World War Three or
it's
something,
fake.
because there's a
Yeah,
lot. There's a lot of shit that's come from World War Three.
Don't you think it's funny though, Devlin? The only trailer that keeps getting leaked is that specific one. It's like they don't have any other ones.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
I've noticed that it's only that one.
Yeah.
Like they were doing GIFs and screenshots of that specific trailer and nothing else.
And just putting them all together. Yeah, definitely seen that. And this is where I said to you privately at one point that you're going to be shocked, and there's certain things about that, those images that I wasn't comfortable with. And I said there is some aspects of that I personally think are correct, but not all of it's correct. But what I have said from the beginning, I don't know if you've seen from the put together sort of trailer that they say is a real one, which is probably not the real one. Did you see how futuristic their uniform was?
I didn't.
Enclosed helmets.
Okay. I thought it was okay.
Enclosed helmets.
Yeah, it wasn't too.
It wasn't like space helmets and all that. I've never professed that, but I think it's going to be more futuristic. Yeah, 2030s, 2040s, and I suppose
I'm not bothered about that. I think that'd be okay.
No, that'd be absolutely fine. But I think a lot of people were talking about, if it's like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a lot more futuristic than that. And I'm not. I mean, I'm sure the robotic dogs or whatever they are, these things on four legs from Boston Dynamics.
That's where he gets his source from, wasn't it?
Well, he didn't. His mother's sisters, girlfriends, boyfriends, uncles, brothers, wife. Apparently, she worked there or something. But I'm sure you can have fun and games with them throwing on C4 or whatever sort of explosives you can put on them. That would be pretty cool, I suppose. I'm buzzing for it. What's pissing me off is that, look, Tom Henderson, I'm going to bring your name up, son. You're saying that you leaked this and you can leak that, but then he's sort of quoting it, and now he's saying the leaker said this or the other leaker said that. Tom, are you a leaker or are you just full of bullshit? That is my question to you, because I actually offered you to come on a podcast and explain things, and I also said that what is the first word that comes out in the trailer, and I actually told him it wasn't Battlefield. Because I know if one thing I've seen on one of the trailers, there is a word that comes up. It's not DICE, it's not EA, and it's not Battlefield. And I asked him that, and he shut the fuck up. Tom, you're full of shite, mate.
I'll stick up for Tom then, just to be a contrarian then. So I think what Tom said so far has been pretty much spot on from what he said. Because if you say that there's 4 trailers, maybe he's only seen one trailer, but I think still what he's told us has been correct. He's given us the drawings. The drawings matched up with the trailer that we saw and the information that he gave. I think, in all fairness, he's been 80% right. I still don't think in that stream when he kept saying, he's speculating maybe a bit more. Maybe he's only seen that trailer and a bit more information.
But why is he now saying, this leaker said that or the leaker said that? I thought he was the leaker. Bork
he's not the leaker.
Bork said in the past that he thinks it's, magnificent marketing. I mean, it probably is, or it could be. I just think this guy got lucky and he's milking the shit out of it. I think he's full of shit.
Week on
but
week.
Why have EA taken down the trailer then? Why are EA content ID?
They're actually, you know what I think now? I think that is marketing. I think that
really.
I think that's brilliant marketing, because they know that's wrong, so they want everyone to think that's right.
Do you know what? The more legitimacy that they seem to take away from their own operation, the more people buy into it. The more people buy into it, the more people talk about it.
Correct. Totally agree.
That's got to be like a mastermind plan of like surely there wouldn't be a.
It's not as if they're a multi-billion-dollar company or anything. Then
Yeah, well, come on. Are they going to seriously go to YouTube and say, "Okay, can you copyright strike that trailer that's about to get leaked?"
Of course they can, because it probably is theirs, and they've probably just put it out there. They've probably handed.
So you think that's fake? You think that's fake?
I actually don't think all of it's fake. I think what you'll find is that a lot in that trailer will be relevant to what we will see. I just don't think that's what we are going to see.
No, we're going to be far more
I don't think
disappointed
we're
than
going to. Yeah, definitely. That's not going to be what, because if you looked at the trailer, it was all over the place. It didn't have any sort of flow or anything. It was just basically showing some helicopters.
DICE can certainly make better trailers than that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was a shit trailer. In all fairness,
I, the Suicide King, totally agree. There's nothing stereotypical about that, mate. He just said, "I'm just your stereotypical owning a bunch of guns and hating the government American." God on you, son. If that's how you are, fair play to you. Because I'm back to the Devlin that people used to know. I don't care. I'm going to say it as it is. I've got a little project that I'm working on, and I think you have to be straight. I've sort of veered off from that, the last 6-12 months, whatever, and I'm just going to go back and say it as it is. That's
controversial.
Well, not even controversial. I just want to go back to what I was, and I try to be nice.
I don't think you've been. I don't think you've changed though. I don't think you've put on a persona or anything.
I've calmed down a bit.
Yeah, you calmed down from your older videos that I've watched. Yeah,
the screaming
they're
ones.
funny though. Yeah, when you were shouting about World War One history, when you did that, the Victoria Star, and you were shouting them. Yeah.
So we got anything else we want to talk? I was going to say, is there anything else we want to talk about? But I honestly think, because I know, I think people, even yourself, Ben, while you're here, even yourself, I think getting involved in these leagues is going to be a bad mistake. You're going to get no favor. Maybe you're not bothered, but no favors from DICE and EA anymore. Honestly, because they are compiling a dossier of these people getting involved. The likes of Level Cap has been mentioned. There's other names been mentioned. Even, I don't know if you've noticed recently, there's a lot of Battlefield content creators have actually saying, I'm not posting any more things about leaks, blah, blah, blah. Like the likes of Lossy, because they've had their fucking wrist slapped. They have been told, don't even buy into it now, because it's getting
I have noticed that.
Doesn't that just show these guys are on the payroll? And they're doing
definitely.
exactly what they're told.
I mean, they've got to be. They're nothing more than a marketing tool. They've got to be. You can see, if you look at Lossy now, you wouldn't just go, okay, I'm stopping doing my leaks, even though he's getting so many views off them. He surely have, like you said, he's probably had a little speaking to. They've gone, all right, if you stop covering these leaks, and we'll give you some proper gameplay when it actually
You'll get in the alpha.
Yeah,
you'll get in the alpha if you don't talk about leaks anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're feeding into it. I mean, I don't know. Is this going to be them going back to what the Bork's feelings?
This is hype pumping. So, give them a little bit, get them keen, get them talking, take it away. Give them a little bit, get them talking even more, take it away. And that's exactly what you do to build hype. This is hype for a trailer. This is hype for something that isn't even actually probably going to show us any gameplay in reality. It's just going to be a CG trailer that everybody's going to clap like seals over because they want to hold off the day when it's released. And everybody's going to go. So
you don't actually think the trailer when they release it is going to have gameplay bots? Do you think it's just going to be a cinematic?
It'll be minimal clips of gameplay, same as Battlefield 3 trailer was.
Battlefield 1 as well.
Yeah, Battlefield 1, exactly the same, and I'll do the same rinse and repeat formula that's gone on for years. Ultimately, the only thing that matters is, are you going to be disappointed 1 week after launch? That's all that matters.
And that'll be the thing. Because I'm actually really worried about the game coming out, because if it fucks up, I mean, they've had so much bad press with Battlefield 5. I'm actually really, really worried. And I mean, think about it. The last game from Battlefield, the last couple of games that came out for Battlefield that released in a really stable manner is one that the community hated, was Hardline. Still think it's a cracking game, and Battlefield 1 had a pretty decent start. But then you got Battlefield 5. Battlefield 4 was an absolute fucking mess. So I think they've got to do something very, very special for the release of
Well, they keep on saying
Battlefield.
that they're harking back to Battlefield 3 and this kind of resetting of the franchise, which sounds great. You know, I'm all for it. But let's face it, we've all been here before, several times.
Well, exactly.
And how many of us are still playing Battlefield regularly?
Well, exactly, and I will, because I said I wasn't. I actually pre-ordered Battlefield 5, and then they started talking this nonsense. If you don't like it, don't buy it. And do you know what? I refunded my money, and I still bought the fucking thing anyway.
Do you know what? I reinstalled it the last couple of weeks because we were talking about it.
Apparently, it's in a good place at the moment.
It's not a bad game. I've always said it. I thought the only problem for me is the content in the game. They completely dropped it. Didn't have core features in it. Server browser was, well, it wasn't even proper server browser with the proper rent-to-server program. There was good elements of that game. The maps
TTK
weren't that great.
Shit.
Yeah, TTK, but they changed it. It used to be really. It was in a good spot, and then they kept messing about. Yeah.
But where it is now, it's not much better than it was a couple of Christmases ago.
Oh, is it not?
They fucked it up. No, it's marginally better, but it's not the same game that it was at launch originally.
So, Dave, I always remember you were a COD player. Are you a Battlefield player as well? Did you invest in Battlefield?
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry about that.
Go on.
Yeah. No, I was more of a COD player.
Right.
But I, with getting the PS5 because of the free games that they've been throwing out, I went on to Battlefield 1, got Battlefield 5. I think Battlefield 1's amazing.
It is. I loved it. I console played that, funny enough. I thought it was a great game.
I am looking forward to the new Battlefield because it's, from what I've heard anyway, it does have elements of COD in there with the perk system. So,
oh right, okay. So, anyone else heard about a perk system?
Yeah, like in Call of Duty. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I haven't heard that. Oh.
I haven't. Yeah. So, what have you heard, Dave? What sort of information?
Just you know, like in Call of Duty when you're in your you're just setting up your perks, like like.
Oh right, okay, I see what you mean. Right, yeah.
It's that sort of thing. Yeah. It's in Battlefield.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think that would be a bad thing after playing for COD the last couple of years because of Battlefield 5. Not overly sure. I think I might like it, but I'm not overly sure that'll fit in with the Battlefield rhetoric. But, if it's there, I mean, I'm sure we'll get used to it. Because I think they both take from each other.
Yeah, I think the trailer's coming out on, I think, is it June the 8th?
I've not heard a definite date, Dave, in all fairness.
Yeah, not a definite date, but I've heard speculation, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably June 8th.
I don't think there's going to be any gameplay. I think it's all cinematic.
Right, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
But if you want to check out a really good trailer, check out Horizon Forbidden West for the PlayStation 5. It looks amazing because it's using the Unreal Engine.
I was just going to say what Proton said, because I sort of agree with him on this, because he said, I wouldn't say it was marketing, just they don't want some... Because they put out that laggy troll face. Do you think that's marketing?
I don't know.
I think that is marketing.
I think certain things that are personally think certain things that are happening. I don't think they'd be maybe to see again. I don't know because they'd want it to look like it's not. I don't know, but
would they want people to think that it's shit? Like people at the moment on the internet are saying, "Oh, this looks shit. Like this doesn't look good," or and it was all flashy and like it kept like.
So there you go, a double-edged sword then. There's a double-edged sword. Do you think it's shit? So when it does release, when the actual official trailer does release, everyone's going to go bang, and millions upon millions of people are going to watch it because they think, right, I'm going to watch this, I'm going to slag it off because it's that shite we've seen on the internet, and then they see something completely different and it's epic.
Listen, this is PR 101. This is lesson 1. All press is good press.
Correct.
Doesn't matter.
Correct.
Doesn't matter. The fact is, this is going to push hype, which is going to push business goals, which is going to make shareholders at EA happy.
They've got, however or whatever reason all this has happened, they've got the Battlefield community on tenterhooks. We're all dying, because I'm dying to know what's going on with the trailer. I want to know what the game's going to be all about. What's pissing me off is that, you know, you're getting... I think it's shite. I think that trailer you've seen on there is shite. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's shite, but I think it's real, though. I think it's a real trailer. I think it was for internal purposes, in my opinion. From what Tom Henderson's been saying, I think that was internal.
Let me ask you this. First of all, why have an internal trailer? If you work internally... Listen. If you work internally, you'll have access to play tests and to pretty much any content that you want in terms of...
Because the investors will have their own team that's going to be there, you know, previewing the game, watching the progress of the game from fucking day one. These people invest like tens and 20s of millions of dollars. So I totally agree on that.
You know, I'm top brass at EA and I'll go visit DICE Studios. So I want to see what I want to fucking see. I've been paying all this money. Show me what you made.
I'm going to show you this shitty trailer. No, that's not good enough, son. I want to see how the game is.
That's a good point.
But you know what? It's believable. DICE spent fucking 3 years and billions making a trailer and not a game. You know,
Exactly.
That is a good point, though, that Bort raises. Because I didn't think of it like that. But yeah, because they've got all this access. Investors can see whatever they want. You know, play testers. But then the argument was that essentially this was like an intro to Battlefield, and that this was before, like, this would be what a play tester would see before they get into the game. So this trailer would. But then it looks like shit, though.
You're here to play test, not to watch a fucking...
But yeah, exactly. A play tester will you just click a button and you'd just be in a game. There'd probably be there'd be a minimal menu. They'd be like, click here to get in with, you know, these other 30, 40 people that we've got in this play test, and you're all gonna go, and they'll say, click, right, game started, get off, check how you can vault over this, or you...
I'm going to give you...
What is that then? What is that then?
Listen,
bullshit.
Let me just give you a story. So back before Arma 3 was released, I travelled to Prague to go do a one-on-one private focus test with the project lead.
Okay.
So I turned up at the studio, saw my NDA, shake hands with people, meet people, get given loads of free stuff, and you know the merch and all that. Mm-hmm. Taken into a side room where a PC set up. Are you ready? Kind of wide eyes. And I'm not saying this in a cheesy way. It was really cool and really, you know, that they were really excited to show it to community people. And I was like, yes, sound. And they just booted it up straight into the start screen, straight into a game. So my first thing is I asked them more questions than they asked me. You know, like, tell me about the factions, tell me about this. And I'm just getting head shakes the whole time. Can't tell you. Just play it. Play it. Tell me what you're getting. So I played a couple of the scenarios that were in the final release. And a load of stuff just messing around in the editor. Can I try the choppers? Can I try this? Can I try that? And everything was written down, like, meticulously. Every kind of like weird. Don't know about that. You know what you can do for the modding community. No, we're not here for that. Just do this. It wasn't.
So whatever they were going to tell you was all scripted. They'd tell you whatever was on that list on that piece of paper. That's all you were going to.
They were writing down what you were saying, and they're just saying, tell us what you think about this game. But then, Bort, you know, when you went there, you weren't shown a trailer, were you, before you got in? You weren't
exactly. That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, that's it. You know, the only thing I saw that was branded Arma 3 before playing the pre-release version was the car outside that they just had wrapped in a big Arma 3 camo. It was amazing. And inside a big Arma 3 kind of almost like stand backdrop. Yeah, everything was on point and marketed well. And this is Bohemia. This is a company that doesn't do big marketing or anything like that. Ultimately, all they wanted to do was take me into a room and just get my feedback on something that they were going to release in a month's time.
Yeah.
No, I could have gone in there and said, this is dog shit. I hate it. Blah, 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 blah. And they'd have still released it.
And it still would have been released. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Protons just say that. You can say they're doing, where was it? No, wrong one. Purposely doing this, purposely doing that. Why is everyone making out that some kind of marketing genius and that BFV5, perhaps the worst marketing project ever, didn't exist?
I see what you mean,
I think it's probably, like I said, I was saying before, it's a double-edged sword.
They outsource marketing. So just because one marketing failed, markets failed with one project, doesn't mean they don't go to somebody else who's had a string of good hits. You know, it could have been the same people who marketed Modern Warfare, for fuck's sake. You know, whoever's got the latest good reputation, they'll go for. It's not going to be done internally.
Yeah.
So you're right. Okay, Ben, your views on that trailer? How, you know, a percentage, 0 to 100%. How real do you think that video, that trailer is?
90%.
90%. You think that's going to be the trailer?
No, I don't think that's the trailer, but I think that is a real internal trailer. I do believe it to be true, but then I don't know what to believe because you convinced me otherwise.
Because you're listening too much to Tom Henderson, Ben.
Yeah, but I agree what you said, you and Bort have said, I agree with as well. So are you
getting conflicts of interest now?
I'm saying 90 because that's what I thought before. But after listening to you guys,
okay, so 90% you think that's somewhat real, regardless if it's the trailer or not the trailer.
I don't
think that's real.
Trailer, but I think it's real. That's what I thought initially. But after hearing what you said, I think. But what would that be though? That like what is that?
There lies in you've just answered your own question. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
And then you could go over to Borked and say, yeah, actually, you're right. Could that be a master marketing plan? It might not be. No one's saying it is. Borked obviously has got his ideas. He thinks so. It's making you confused as a content creator. You're listening to the leakers, then you're listening to guys who don't overly believe what's going on. Then you're listening to a guy that thinks that it's a massive marketing ploy. Then you've got Dave in the background that's quite sensible and just says, okay, it's this, and this, and that's what I believe. That is nothing but a marvel of marketing for me.
Yeah. 100%.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I'm questioning it.
Because they're getting all, even 4 people on this panel are getting us confused about what we think.
I just don't. It just looks so real. Like
it is real. Listen, it is real. That content's going to be in game. It's going to be part of the single player campaign. I guarantee, because you don't make nice cutscenes for multiplayer. Let's face it. And all of that stuff you will see when the game's released. There isn't no getting away from that. It probably isn't, almost certainly isn't, the initial release trailer. Like, I don't believe for a second it is.
I definitely know it's not. That isn't
enough to get everybody's
juices flowing.
Yeah. Everybody's salivating.
It looks old though, because I've looked at some of the audio.
World War 3.
But the audio looks old though. It's like reusing of assets, and the audio is reusing audio from just clips on the internet. Like I've tracked down some of the clips as well, so it's reusing of something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but you're talking about it costs them nothing to reuse assets. It costs them nothing. Like, you know, listen, you don't even know when the trailer was made. It could have been made, 12 months ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
But then that would still say that Tom Henderson is correct, though, wouldn't it?
No,
that would still say Tom Henderson. Yeah. So Tom Henderson's still right.
Yeah, one thing I'm with you is...
Or because, right, okay, let's put this scenario to you. Maybe Tom Henderson was told something right at the beginning, so he knew something, and EA DICE didn't like it, so they have maliciously fed him something. What if that was the case then? Because you're saying, oh, well, Tom Henderson's right then. What if if I listen to what Bork says, maybe it's their marketing team, maybe he's all about it as well, Tom Henderson. But Exactly. So what if they said, all right, that boy's heard something, he's been told something, he's milking the shit out of it. Let's throw him he's a little mouse, let's throw him some scraps and let's show him this and show him that. And then we'll throw it somewhere else. Go on, Dave.
Sorry, that was me.
Sorry, Bolts.
Yeah,
sorry,
Bolt.
So how about he was dropped a pre-release working trailer 8 months ago and told, disseminate it, generate some hype for us, get everybody fucking talking, drop them some screenshots, draw them some pictures first of screenshots. That'd be hilarious. Everybody would be like, ah.
Actually, yeah, because they were close to what was in the clips, in all fairness.
They were very close. Yeah.
And then,
more
if you want to maintain your credibility, closer to the date, shut the fuck up. Let everybody else do all the talking, and everybody else,
Yeah.
Let's have this person on Reddit. It doesn't have to be you, but you're going to do it.
I couldn't. I don't know. That would have to be so.
Ben, what's up, mate?
done.
You're thinking different now.
No, I just think though, like
Because you want this hype
this
to be
being a
real, Ben. I know you want this hype to be real.
Yeah, I want it to be real, but I'm saying that EA is somehow putting together this master plan of like paying off Tom Henderson
No, this isn't a master plan. This is how everything works. You think people make a living out of advertising products on Instagram and TikTok? You're telling me that people can't make
just some random guy from Bolton. I know Bolton. It's a shithole.
Well, then why would they come to him? Well, he has had
because his mother's boyfriend's sister's wife's son's works in Boston Dynamics. I don't fucking know. None of us know how all this shite works. To be honest.
No, I don't know how that. I don't get. But
I don't actually think that DICE and EA have been involved enough this time round. They've only pulled. They've only started pulling shite down in the last week or so. Soon as that full, apparently 80% it's been pulled down. So I think I can look at it. Honestly, I can look at it in your eyes, Ben. I can look at it in Bork's eyes. But to me, I honestly think, and no disrespect to Tom Henderson, I think you've just milked fucking something. You've heard some slight thing now, because it bothers me when you contradict yourself on your streams and you know all I hear from you is the leaker, this leaker, that leaker. I just look. I'm not impressed.
You'd milk it too.
Oh, well, of course, I would. I definitely would milk. I've told Ben all along. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, if someone offered me a deal to sell fucking tampons, I'm sticking one up my ass. You know what I mean? If you give me fucking $5,000 to stick a tampon up my ass, that shit's gonna happen.
I've got an interesting project for you. We'll have a chat.
I was going to say, I'm not cheating after that.
Yeah, man. Is that Barry? I think that's Barry in the background.
Yeah.
Is it Benny? How you doing, Benny?
Hello.
Look, Benny, we're only going to be here 10 minutes or so. But yeah, Benny,
keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can go. Yeah, certainly we can go on that. But so, are we going to stick on Battlefield then, or the league? So,
come on.
Yeah.
So actually, let's ask. Berry's now come on. What are your views on the leagues, Berry?
They're interesting, and I'm kind of hyped for it because it looks like a pretty fun settlement, like fun map, and. But I'm just still a bit curious because. Since Battlefield 4, I wasn't very much hyped. Well, I was hyped, but they were all like a big letdown for me. So that's I'm just gonna sit back and see and watch, and we'll see what happens.
Well, that's one thing I'm doing is sitting back.
But they're getting everyone hyped, aren't they? So this is where I go back to Bork now. This is where I'm like, maybe Bork's right.
Bork, you're changing his mind, mate.
Even if people don't care about the game, and people even who hated Battlefield 5, and I didn't hate Battlefield 5, I actually played it. Devlin knows this.
Proton, sorry Ben, Proton, fuck Trevor Noah. He can fuck off.
I hope he's not, and I hope he's not doing the reveal for this.
Oh,
this
fuck!
game.
That was a mess.
Yeah, But
Oh,
it's
I
still
play
getting us
Battlefield all the time,
talking.
mate.
We're
No,
all
you don't.
talking, Devlin. We're all
suppose,
talking
yeah, I suppose.
about the next Battlefield game. Even when we hated the last one, we're still talking about it. That's why what Bort was talking about. I was like, yeah, he makes a good point. That's a good
Marketing
point.
101.
It's marketing 101. But then I'm like, but this can't. It just can't. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know what to believe.
Nobody wants to admit they've been suckered in by a good,
Yeah.
good con man. But we're talking
From
about
Bolton. From Bolton, Manchester.
Bolton. Yeah.
Bolton.
Bolton. All right, Bolton.
My name's Peter Kay.
EA. Yeah, that totally threw my train of thought.
No, you go on, but you're saying about no one wants to be conned.
Nobody wants to admit that they've been taken in by a good conman. But we're talking about EA. This is the publisher that's ruined everybody's childhood and pretty much every release they've ever put out.
Yeah, all your favourite publishers and developers are gone.
They spend more on marketing than they do on buying up studios that you love.
Correct.
That's all you need to know.
So it's EA's, pretty much EA's fault that Tom Henderson's about. I'm just not impressed. So, right, okay, so Benny, do you believe the leaks or do you not? Or we're having a conversation. You do? Oh, that was quick. So you believe them?
I do.
do.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, it's from someone who like has done more leaks. So
he's been right in the past. Like he's been right about Call of Duty. Everything that he said about that game, he has.
So
been
who's
correct.
brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, boyfriends?
Yeah, that.
So because he is from a Call of Duty background, I get that. So,
but he has leaked stuff for Battlefield. I think in the past.
Like what? What?
Well,
he said. What did he get? What did he get incorrect?
No, he got the name of the game correct.
Oh, he got the name. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and
Wasn't
that
just
apparently
Battlefield
was
6.
about it.
Yeah.
No,
but
it was like the 128 player. Thing.
But I mean,
but they'd said that before. No, I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that. They'd said that beforehand.
They did. I don't think they did.
No, they did because they said right. Okay. So did you not see when they were talking about the Frostbite engine? They said there's going right. Okay, they never said 128 players. What they said is 100 players plus, and look at the fucking. Honestly, they said it beforehand. They said 100 players plus per game, and demolition. This was for the new Frostbite engine. Demolition that you have never seen before. It was all just grey little men.
Yeah, it's grey men, but that to me, that doesn't confirm. And I think he said it before that.
So 100 right, Ben, think about it in a sensible fucking manner. I'm getting fucking wound up here. A sensible manner. So there's 64 players now. Right. Yes? Yeah. Okay, so 100 plus.
Yeah.
You would obviously think 64 is 128. So, of course, it's going to come to that assumption. 100 plus of what they are getting now, 64 players to a game. They didn't literally say 128 players. But do me a favour, add up 68. 64 plus 64 is 128, which goes with 100 plus player games. So, all right, I do apologise, Ben. It might be 106 people in the game.
But I think he said that before as well.
No, before that he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I've checked. Go look.
I've checked.